17 finishes in 18 victories for the fighter. 26-year-old from Tajikistan, now training in Falls Church, Virginia. Went 3-3 in the one promotion, 0-1 on Dana White's Contender Series. But this guy is a finisher. 14 first-round finishes for Muin Gafurov.
Yeah, I mean, and this guy's got a tremendous amount of competitive experience with all the tournaments and matches he had in combat sambo. And I think that his strength of schedule is better. I mean, this is a guy who went 3-3 in 1FC, faced the likes of guys like John Lineker, and we've all known John Lineker's a powerhouse in 135 pounds. And for as great as his grappling accolades are, he's fallen in love with his hands, but he has good natural power. He can shut your lights off with one punch, and he has that grappling to lean back on if he's not winning these exchanges. So it really kind of gives him a good crutch to lean on. If the standing and training doesn't go well for him, he's so well versed on the ground. He can fight anybody when it comes to grappling and jiu-jitsu in any opportunity, in any situation. So I'm really interested to see how this fight pans out. If these guys slug it out on the feet, or if they test their grappling accolades against one another.
Great feature that you saw on Gafurov. Dad saying he was born to become a champion. His uncle raised him, helped him become that combat sambo champion, two-time world champion.
And this is a staggering number, Ron. This guy's got a 94% finishing rate. Out of 22 fights, 94% finishing rate. 10 KOs, 7 submissions. I mean, this guy can do it all.
Let's now check out the Bet Online tail of the tape for the main event. Gafurov is 26 years old, Silva 28. Both fighters stand 5'7". Talked about the weight issue. We'll let it go and just let them fight. 1-inch reach advantage goes to Diego Silva for the final time tonight. Back inside the octagon, and Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the LFA Bantamweight World Championship. Brought to you tonight by Bet Online, the official online sportsbook of the LFA. And now, for all those watching around the world tonight on UFC Fight Pass and Meta Horizon Worlds, and for those right here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, are you ready for war?
And I'm sure you can say the same about Muin Gafurov.
Gafurov, 18 career victories. Silva, 15. Gafurov, 1-0 in the LFA, 1-1 for Silva.
I don't like what Gafurov is doing with his hips here. I know that he's so well versed on the ground, but him not keeping his hips square is creating an opening for Diego Silva to open up the legs and swing for an armbar. Gafurov picked up on it, obviously, and squared his hips back up, but he's playing a dangerous game there.
Silva resets.
Oh, there's that right
here
hand.
Comes Gafurov teeing off.
There's that big right hand. Through the right uppercut, reloaded, then through the right overhand, right into the double leg.
10 knockout victories for Gafurov. 7 submissions. Very well-rounded, very dangerous everywhere.
Yeah, Diego looks to be significantly bigger too, and I'm not saying that has a lot to do with the weight cut. I think that he might just be a bigger guy for the weight class, but you know, I like Diego Silva's style and his stand-up. He's got that Brazilian style of Muay Thai. He's got that good stance where he kind of wades side to side to set up those hooks to the body, set up those hooks up top. And the one thing I like that differentiates Gafurov Gafurov from Silva is Gafurov's he throws more single shot overhands, where with Silva you'll see him throw hooks in succession. He'll put 2, 3, 4 hooks together, and they all have a lot of zip on them. They can, any one of those punches landing can shut your lights off. So both of these guys love to wing big punches. One's just a heavier puncher, one's just more of a volume striker.
30 seconds to go, opening round. Of course, we are scheduled for 5. Vacant bantamweight title up for grabs.
Silva looking for the armbar, looking for the triangle. Gafurov wise to it, defends.
Big overhand right, punching his way in, looking for that takedown, Mike.
Yeah, he covered a lot of distance, jumping in with that lead left hook to the right straight, and I actually had it backwards. He threw the right straight, reloaded, then threw the uppercut. But nonetheless, you know what I'm talking about. This guy loves to throw the right hand, reload, and throw it again. You can see here, just good work in the guard of Diego Silva, landing ground and pound. I got it 10-9 thus far for the man from Tajikistan.
LFA 144 main event. We enter into round number 2. Gafurov with the red tape and Silva with the blue.
Hey, nice flying knee from Diego Silva. I feel like Diego Silva is just waiting to just explode with the combination, man. The way his stance is, you can tell he's just loading up, wanting to cut loose with something. He throws the flying knee, but I feel like this guy's raring to start letting loose with his hands at any moment. And he does with a nice little two-piece there. A little jab to an overhand. Gafurov just applying that strong pressure. Throws the head kick and pulls Diego Silva back to the fence. Now these guys are back to the center of the octagon.
Gafurov landing 70% of his strikes. Silva 84. He's only 21 of 25, while Gafurov 26 of 37. Oh, punching his way in again for the takedown is Gafurov.
Silva looking for the chest wrap here. This is where you go over the armpits. A lot of people would think that he's missing the arm in guillotine. No, it's called the chest wrap. It's where you go over the arms and you lock underneath the chest and you try to use it to sweep him over. But Gafurov wise to it, deflects it, and now he's back in the guard of Diego Silva. You know what Gafurov's doing well to get these takedowns, Ron, is when your opponent throws such heavy punches at you, you have to acknowledge them. You have to put your hands up and defend yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get knocked out. So when you throw those big, heavy strikes, you're forcing your opponent to raise his hands, which opens up the hips to where you can get those takedowns. And Gafurov's doing that to a T.
Yeah, very impressive so far. As we hit 3 minutes to go, second round.
And Gafurov's going to have to stay busy on top because, we saw the referee stand him up in the first, which, I'm not opposed to it. Look, and I'm a ground fighter. I'm all about if you get the takedown, it's on your opponent to get himself back to the feet. But if there's really a long stretch of time where there's no action, I don't have any quarrel with it. If Gafurov would try to work to pass a little bit, maybe punch to open the guard of Silva, at least move to a half guard, you don't have to worry about the ref standing the fight up.
I think most fight fans would agree with you on that. Want to see action. And referee Eric Hines taking a very close look.
There's that. This is a great vantage point to see. Oh, armbar attempt. Oh, that's tight, Ron. That's tight. Diego Silva. That's tight. He might have it, Ron.
Tweaking the arm. Got the armbar.
What's he saying to the ref? You should be defending the arm. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and
That was close.
it was very close. Gets out. So dangerous. The BJJ black belt Diego Silva caught the arm.
Gafurov, what he needs to do, you need to get his feet pointed to the fence. When you let Silva fight with his head on the fence, he can open up his hips, turn to the side, kick off the fence, and get that arm bar. What he needs to do is spin a 180. He needs to get his head and Silva's head pointing to the center of the octagon, because then Silva has nothing to kick off of, but he's still turning his hips away and giving Silva that window to open up and swivel his hips and attack those arms. But see right here, when you cram his head against the fence, Silva can open up, kick off with his right leg and swivel for that armbar, or swivel for an opportunity to get back to the feet.
Gafurov dropping heavy leather. Under a minute to go. He's on what has been a good round for Silva, but now Gafurov trying to turn the tide.
This is where you don't want Gafurov, is riding your hips, and Silva wise to it, going back to his guard. You don't want Gafurov behind you in those wrestling-style positions where you can trap your wrists, where you can put weight on your hands, really make it a harder fight for you. There's no attack you can have when your opponent's basically in referee's position, as we would call it in wrestling. There's no submissions you can attack from there. So if Silva can't get this guy off of him, he's better off fighting from his guard, as we saw with that armbar attempt, than he is giving up his back to try to get to the feet.
Clock winding down in round number 2. Horn sounds. Love it. Gafurov helps Silva up. Fighters go back to their corners. Glad you could be a part of LFA 144 here on UFC Fight Pass. Check out some of the highlights in that round, Michael. Big round for Diego. Silva almost had this armbar.
Yeah, really, really close armbar. And I'm wondering, what was Gafurov saying? Was he talking to the ref? Was he talking to the corner? I mean, what are you doing? He's attacking an armbar. Your arm's getting bent, and he's just shaking it off like it's like no big deal. I mean,
because there's his corner. He's not looking at his corner.
What a stud. Then you see here, it's like
up to the camera.
It's like Silva awoken the beast. He's like, oh yeah, you want to go for my armbar? I'm going to feed you these pink lunch boxes for fists. Just start hammering you. But, you know, thus far, Ron, I got it 2 love for the man from Tajikistan. Yeah, I got it 2 love for Gafurov.
I think I'd give Silva that last round. Thought the submission attempt, a lot of trouble. I don't think Gafurov did as much damage with his shots from the ground, but very close indeed. And we're not the judges. Round number 3 underway.
You know, Silva's got to start letting loose with his hands a little bit. He's getting shelled up. He's getting shelled up from the big strikes of Gafurov. He needs to take a chance and be first with his boxing.
Oh, to the leg! Liver kick! Drops! Diego Silva! That is all! Muin Gafurov is your new LFA Bantamweight champion! Let the party begin in Tajikistan! What a shot to the body!
Wow, Ron. Oh my God.
Fight in the 3rd round.
Holy moly.
I did not see that one coming, Ron. You see him open up the 3rd round, throwing some big punches. Do you think he's just going back to what he's been doing for the last 10 minutes? Throwing big punches, getting into that punch wrestle choke sequence, and he opens up the round with a big combo and then throws the spinning heel kick to the liver, and it folded Diego Silva like a cheap lawn chair.
Absolutely, it did. That shot, and Silva crumbled to the ground, is still on the ground in a lot of pain.
Oh, he folded Silva's shorts while he was still wearing them, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, sir.
It's a party here. I mean,
Gafurov, entourage coming in.
Oh, yeah. You don't got to thank me, buddy.
The party's coming over here to the booth as well.
Yeah. Wow, that was sensational.
Finish. Let's take a look at the end of this fight, Michael.
Look at that, he turns his stance, gets into that narrow stance, and he just spins through with that beautiful spinning heel kick right to the liver. I mean, Silva's still down. He might have a broken rib, but look, you see that subtle little step with the left foot? Bang, and that heel clips the liver of Diego Silva, and he goes down. I mean, that was a devastating shot. That would put anybody down, Ron. It doesn't matter how tough you are, how rigid you are, how strong you are. I feel like he could have dropped the heavyweight with that kick. I mean, he spun through and he sparked him with that liver shot.
I guarantee in Thousand Oaks, California, Boss Rutan is celebrating. That was a highlight reel liver kick finish to this fight. And Muin Gafurov is your new LFA bantamweight champion. Does it in dramatic fashion, beautiful fashion. Another finish for him. I believe that's 18 finishes in 19 victories. And will it be the one that gets him to the UFC? We will find out in a minute. Mike Kendall is back inside the octagon, so let's get the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Eric Hines called a stop to this fight in 23 seconds of the third round, declaring your winner by knockout and new LFA bantamweight world champion Muin Gafurov.
New bantamweight champion here in the LFA. Muin Gafurov becomes the third fighter from Asia to win an LFA title. The party is going on inside the LFA octagon, and always part of the party is our Michael Chiesa.
I'm here with the new bantamweight champion, Muin Gafurov. Tell me how it feels to capture your first world title.
کاتی موینم موین غفورov خیلی زیاد داره که چمپیون شدی سلام علیکم سوداکوتا یکم شکرانه الله که این پاوه در ادامه داد دیم همه خونگی مدکز نمیمه تیم خاکیروف همه باردار اومده سیم همه سپانسرهایی که مرا دستگیری کردن همچنین دیم بی آوتو اکل فایز مرا دستگیری کرد Salam alaikum, South Dakota. First thing I want to say is that thank my family, my team, Kaizen MMA, my team in Tajikistan, team Gafurov. He's just run out of words. He doesn't know what to say.
Now, but I want you to talk me through the finish. We're going to put it up here on the TV. So I want you to talk me through it.
I finished those megenta being fikir tabu dalmış. Oh, sorry, Diego Silva. Sorry, Diego Silva. He's apologizing to Diego Silva. I'm sorry, Diego Silva.
Now, I wanted to ask you about your shirt. I'm not sure who this man is. I wanted you to tell everybody back home who is this man that's on your shirt.
Salam alaikum, Tajikistan. Salam alaikum, Muhtaram Janobi Ali, Emomali Rahman. این پاپدا برای 70 سالگی پرزیدنت ما تاجیکستان ما تقدیم میکنم. Salam alaikum everyone in Tajikistan. Salam alaikum the president of Tajikistan, Emomali Rahman. I give this fight for your birthday, the 70-year-old birthday. Happy birthday, President.
Well, Tajikistan has its MMA world champion. Congrats to Muin Gafurov.
Danawai, Charles Shelby, give me the match chat. Please give me rematch in UFC chat. I'm gonna show next time.
You heard the man.
Muin Gafurov gets it done tonight in spectacular fashion. Good news, we saw Diego Silva walk out of the octagon, still grimacing, still in pain, no doubt about it. But we hope for a quick recovery for Diego Silva. But tonight, it was all Muin Gafurov, your new LFA bantamweight champion. All 7 of the bantamweight champions have moved on to fight in the UFC or in a Bellator. We said it coming into this broadcast, Gafurov was definitely on the cusp of a UFC call. Could this be the one and the victory to get it done? Big win for Team Gafurov tonight, and the party in Tajikistan and the LFA Octagon is just beginning. Another